Welcome viewers, round 3 action here with the official V8 Supercar Championship brought to you by iRacing.com. Special night tonight for the round 3 action. Tonight we've got Sam Compton here with us as usual. However, special night, it's a special presentation tonight where we are with iRacing Live, and yeah, really looking forward to that. Sammy Compton, welcome to the booth.
Thanks, Brenton. Thanks everyone for joining us, and big shout out to our director today, Hugo. And yeah, we're in for 33 laps of action-packed V8 Supercar racing here today on iRacing Live.
Yeah, Oulton Park Foster's circuit we're using tonight, the shortened version, still 2.6 kilometres long. Probably only the 2 passing places, I would imagine, but there's been a couple of races earlier on, and there's been some exciting racing going on as well. The drivers today might be a little bit flat, I'm thinking, after the sensational Bathurst 1000 race yesterday here in Australia. Awesome result there for the Dayco team and for the 4 Motorsports team in first and second there respectively. A really great effort there and a good strong turnout in what was a long day for some guys. But back to the official series now, short track racing, sprint races, fantastic to see.
Yeah, it was a great event, the Bathurst 1000. Some great stories, some hard luck stories from a lot of the drivers there, and really good event put on by OSR and V8 Scops. But like you said, we're in for some really tight action here today at Oulton Park. It's like a little goat track, really. It's the drivers are going to have to keep their head and really plan their moves if they're going to get some clean passes done.
Yeah, and with the iRacing Live, and hopefully we've got some new viewers there. It's exciting times for the V8s. It's the first time that the any V8 series has gone to iRacing Live, so we certainly welcome that on board and welcome to the new viewers.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of new broadcasts done by Race Spot that will be on the iRacing Live for the rest of the season, and really the whole idea is just to get iRacing out there more and to really help build all these official series. So hopefully over the coming weeks we'll get some new drivers and lots of new viewers, and yeah, it should be really good for the official series in the future.
Yeah, and we've got 20 cars tonight. There's some new names with us. Andro Rodriguez, a new name on board, and I thought I saw someone different as well. Jonathan Salhani, another new name to the official series tonight as well.
Yeah, so welcome to them and good luck. Might be noticing, viewers, that we're missing the old Egg Nation. He's actually at Bathurst for the real race that's coming up this weekend, so it's an opportunity for some points here tonight.
Well, there is, and Ethan's, like I said, off to the real Bathurst, and I know there's quite a few others as well. I know Scott Connors, ERA driver, actually works. He's a wheelman for Red Bull Racing. He left this morning, I think, on his way to Bathurst. I think he might have arrived late this afternoon, so good luck to Scotty and the team there. I know there's quite a few others going as just general admission or just to see what is going to be a fantastic week in real life for the V8 Supercars and also for the sim races as well.
Yeah, and speaking of the sim races, we're winding down on the qualifier here, and we haven't even gone through the positions. Right now, Ian Ford is sitting on pole with a 55.9, so really strong lap there by Ian. Kane Kugamiya behind him, 56.2, so nearly 3/10 to second place there, so good job by Ian Ford.
Yeah, he continues on his strong qualifying performance, but I'll tell you a bit of a shout out here. Kane Kugamiya, he was the star of the show for the Bathurst, qualifying third. I think came out early, probably had the favourable weather, but even though he had that, he still did a good job with his laps. It's all well and good to have that slightly favoured weather, and it wasn't been that much difference, but he still punched out a really good lap. I actually think it was his fastest lap of the week on that single lap qualifying, so great job him. Josh Rogers also did a pretty sturdy job as well with his team. Marcelo Rivera, Corey Preston, my old mate Mario Vlasic is up in the 6th position. Jason Quire, Mick Cracknell, Chris Coxhead had a pretty strong run at Bathurst yesterday, and Josh Burden will round out your top 10 at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. We've only got about 30 seconds for these drivers to cross the line if they want to put another lap in, and we might just have a little quick look at the details of the race here today. It's 33 laps, like we said earlier. What weather we got? We got a track temperature of 27 degrees, and it's mostly cloudy with an ambient temperature of 21 degrees.
Yeah, so track temperatures should be pretty fast racing and mostly cloudy with that light wind. 71 litres is about what the cars will need tonight. It should be a pretty short race. And lap times, as we can see, are pretty quick at 55.9 as the checkered flag comes out for qualifying. Still a few cars on a quick lap. Brenton Hobson and old boy Marty Carroll just round the last corner now as they accelerate out, just having a look to see if there's any improvement for Hobson on his 56.779. No, there's not. And also Marty Carroll does improve, moves up to 8th position with a 56.575.
Yeah, nice top 10 there for Martin. He'll be happy with that. He's been showing he's picking his speed back up over the last few weeks and at the start of the season, so it's good to see. But track, mate, it is tight. These guys are going to have a lot of trouble keeping it clean on the first lap, and yeah, but I think we're in for some really action-packed racing.
Yeah, it should be. And like you said, with Ethan being away, it really opens up this. And actually, Marcelo Rivera has snuck into second there. So ERA 1-2 with Marcelo Rivera, 56.197, just 2.5 tenths off of our pole man, Ian Ford. So a very strong result there for ERA after calamity of yesterday. Poor old Ian Ford may have had that race shot to bits yesterday, but had a screen error. Hope that doesn't happen tonight, but it would have been a great finish for those three cars. We've been real tight. But back to this race, and yeah, looking forward to it. 33 laps, like you said, and yeah, should be some tight racing, hopefully incident free.
Yeah, that's right. We'll just quickly round it up here. We've got Ian Ford, Marcelo Rivera, Kane Kugamiya, Josh K. Rogers, P4, Corey Preston, P5, Mario Vlasic, P6, Jason Queer, 7th, and Marty, 8th. Mick Cracknell, Marty's teammate, P9, Chris Cockhead, rounding out the top 10.
So the car's just gridding up now, sorry.
No, that's... You go, mate.
Yeah, so the car's just gridding up now, still a bit of time to go. Just, I think this is Josh Rogers here. Geez, he's improved. He's 4th on the grid, is the car 20, so the technically the lowest ranked, I guess, in this top split, and deserves to be here, and has done some really quick racing of late. Tends to get in a few incidents or two, and we saw last week with Matt Ross Monroe. Again, he was the first time debutant in the top split, got an incident, but I think still came home 5th. The week before that, we had a debutant as well, Brett Cananza. He got in the first corner incident, but still came home strongly, and hopefully Josh Rogers can put in a strong result for himself tonight.
Yeah, hopefully he would have learnt from that, I think, and realised where he's at. And like I said, mate, this first half of a lap here is going to be real chaotic.
Yeah, it will be, and you'll be thinking that the multi-21 car and Josh Rogers will be keen to get their nose in. This is a race where, one of the races last season where Ethan Grigalt didn't win. It was actually Ian Ford on the longer track, but as the revs build, we'll find out what happens soon. Geez, they seem to be stuck on the grid for a long time, and away they go now. And it's a great start by Ian Ford. Very, very good effort this, as Marcelo Rivera is going to hang on to that second, this long, sweeping right-hander.
Oh, no. Nick Cracknell's gone straight into his team boss, Marty Carroll, on turn 1 by the looks of it.
And that has caused all sorts of chaos. And there's another car entering the track there whilst... Oh, there's a real mess at the back. There's some pretty ordinary driving going on back here, I can tell you. Jack Boyd's been involved. Brenton Hobson's been involved. Anthony Manzarella, starting from the back, hasn't been involved, I don't think. Andre Rodriguez, not sure. Wayne Kendall, yeah, he's the one who came back onto the track from his loose Marty Carroll. His day is done. And I can't see Mick Cracknell, so I'm going to assume that he's in the pit. So a real disaster there, and hopefully we'll get a replay of that shortly.
Yeah, well, Mick Cracknell has carried on. I'm not seeing too much damage from Mick at all. Just kind of bumped Marty off the road there. So there'll be talks going down in the STC team camp after that. Mick will be real dirty on himself for that as well.
Yeah, it will be. And I can see Mick now, just that front left damage consistent with the total write-off that Marty's driving. Unfortunately, no doubt they will have a chat about that. And Mario Vlasic has got a clean start. He's maintained his 6th position. Corey Preston with that 6th boost motorsport now. He's got the sponsorship from Six Boost, which is fantastic to see new sponsors in iRacing. Well, actually, I think they've progressed on from another team, but well done to Six Boost for getting back involved in the V8 Supercar program. But out in front, Ian Ford has just driven away.
Yeah, he has. Ian will be looking to capitalise on the opportunity of not having Ethan in this race, and just have to keep his head down. And I think Ian should be able to drive away from this field.
Well, as I said, I know we don't have Ethan here, but last season this was one of the rare races where Ethan didn't win. Ford did take that win, so he's very strong here anyway. But back behind, things seem to have settled down a little bit.
Yeah, we're just going to go back and have a look at this start here, actually, what happened. Just having a look here at Nick Bracknell. It's just, he's just run wild, just straight into Marty Carroll. Unfortunately, Marty's come back into other teammate of Jason Quire, and it's just caused all sorts of chaos for the STC boys.
And Kugelmeyer's just taken a wide exit there as well. That was at Druid's corner, so Kugelmeyer's also dropped back a couple of positions there.
Yeah, that takes... yeah, he has. Josh Rogers up to P3. Josh had a nice clean start. He'll be really happy with that.
Yeah, I reckon we might stay on board this. Kane's going to be a bit dirty on himself, and he's behind the old family favourite Mario Vlasic here, so let's just see how this ends for the two of them. Kane's going to certainly be the faster of the two of them. He's in a good position to show that, and I'm a firm believer that... Yeah, I'm a firm believer that drivers can be in form and out of form. I've always thought that, and I certainly think that Kane's certainly in form at the moment. A bit ragged that last lap, but overall he's driving very, very well at the moment.
Yeah, he certainly is, and that pole, he would have been pinching himself watching that shootout at the Bathurst 1000 yesterday.
Yeah, so the cars probably haven't as much time as usual to worry on their setups, and I know next week the official series moves back to Bathurst, so it's probably a pretty light week for the boys with setup wise. But there's of course the Blancpain Endurance Series kicks off again after the weather dramas they had a couple of weeks ago at Monza, and I know there's a lot of Australian teams going to be heavily involved with that, and good luck to all those Australian teams, because it is going to be an awesome series with some serious serious prizes potentially at the end of it all.
Yeah, some great what's the word? Yes, carrying on.
Well, at the end of the day, what they can do, the top 40 teams will get offered a pro license to race in the season next year, the official endurance championship. And I think there's, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think there's up to $30,000 in prizes for that. So
yeah, you're right.
So there's a lot of exciting times ahead for the Australian iRacing community. Incentives, there you go.
Incentives for these guys, yeah. Great team driver functionality that iRacing has, and it's going to be a fantastic season with lots to go for there. So a few little glitch there in the first race, but they're going to sort that out and restart the series.
Yeah, they will. And we're going back up the front here just quickly. Ian Ford has got himself out to a 3-second lead, so he's certainly very much in control. Probably not going to see a lot of action from the Demonov Innovations holding Commodore the car #1 plate tonight. He's dominating there. Marcelo Rivera looking reasonably comfortable with Josh Rogers, just that little bit behind Corey Preston, just dropping off that fraction, but in a solid 4th position. But like I said, I think this is where the race is with Mario Vlasic and Kane Kugelmeyer.
Yeah, it definitely is. And Kane just seems to be like he's overdriving his car a little bit. He's getting lots of oversteer. Like this track, it does promote oversteer. It's pretty tough track to keep your car all settled and nice and straight. But I think he's just got to back it off just a little bit. It's only early. He's got the pace over Mario, so see if he can keep his head.
Well, he has kept his head. He's actually just made that turn, that pass there, so a really good job. Yeah, I was going to say that on the exit of Druid's Corner, that hill there, the car seems extremely unbalanced there. I might be getting on the power early, but he's got that job done. So his next target is probably about 2.5-3 seconds down the road. It's Corey Preston. I think he will catch Corey eventually. We're already up to lap 7, and we've got 26 laps to go.
Yeah, this race is going to fly by really quickly today, this really short sprint. like you said, about 72 litres, depending what gear ratio the boys are driving. They can pretty much choose between the 3.5 and the 3.75.
I got a feeling we might have lost, was it Mick Hammond? Just have a look at that. I reckon that Mick's again got on the power just as we were talking. Yeah, it was Mick Hammond.
He has
just
had
on
a
the
big
exit
loss.
of Druids there. And I think just in front of him, he wasn't alone there. It's really Caleb Jordan almost did the same thing, was able to recover. Mick Hammond wasn't able to recover quite so well, certainly gave the wall a tap, certainly got some damage to the right front. There's a guy that snuck in top 10 yesterday at Bathurst, kept his nose reasonably clean, had a few incidents, but not now, has to pit, obviously got a meatball. That'll be the end of his day.
Yeah, and like we were talking about the cars being unbalanced, there's so many little crests, especially just coming out of corners here, that just really throws the V8 off. And if you're not feathering that throttle carefully, you are in all sorts of trouble, as we just saw from Michael Hammond putting it hard into the wall there.
And I've got to put a bit of a shout out to the SDRT Endurance Series starts again this Friday night at this very track using this very layout. So 4 hours, I think it is, around here is going to be a long night for them. Just make sure you keep your eyes on the forums and with the SDRT team's Facebook page, I think they've got now. So keep your eyes open for that. Looking forward to that a lot. That will be a long race. Also, October 17, the iRacing Road Warrior Bathurst 1000 is coming up. We need a bit of a push here for our viewers as well. Make some noise about this. At the moment, there's only one session set, and that's for about 11 o'clock on a Saturday night. It's ridiculous, we know. iRacing.com, proud sponsors here. Hope you're watching it. We're going to push hard. We want 2 Bathurst sessions. We want one in an Australian-friendly zone.
Yeah, it's tough being on a long-distance race like that at night time for the Aussies, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. Just watching Mick Cracknell come up through the field. He's got past, is that Bird?
No, that's past Chris Coxhead there.
Yeah, Chris Coxhead actually. And Cracker's made a couple of little mistakes early in the race and he's run a bit wide, but he seems to have got it together now and starting his march forward.
Yeah, and his next target will be Mario Vlasic, already up to lap 9. Doesn't take long. Like we said, it's great to have some new viewers tonight through iRacing Live. Really excited about what's going to happen there. And you know, for you who don't know what the V8 Supercars like, it's an incredibly tough car to drive on iRacing. Many would say it's the hardest. Some would say maybe in conjunction with perhaps the Lotus 49, the second hardest. But it is the most challenging car to drive. A lot of people say that. I highly recommend and challenge anyone to give this car a go. It is an exciting car. It's just a raw car. It's a 5-litre V8. It's got 635 plus brake horsepower. It's a 1,400 kilograms and on small tyres as well. 6-speed gearbox. 112 litres for the endurance races. It is a tough car to drive. And with the Road Warrior Series Bathurst 1000 coming up, great time now to get in some practice, do some laps, and really get to see what this car is all about.
Definitely around one of the great tracks too in the E8 series. While we're talking about the viewers, we do have a little reward for the viewers, or competition as you will. SimSpec Engineering, they're going to be donating or giving away a beautiful button box to one of the viewers during the Bathurst official race. What's a couple of weeks away, Brenton? And
yes,
yeah, so
Bathurst is next week.
Yeah, next week, that's right. So what you're going to have to do is listen to the broadcast. We're going to give you a code word. We'll also type it up in the chat next week. And all you have to do is go to the SimSpec Engineering Facebook page. You'll find them on Facebook. And share and comment the code word. And you'll be in the draw to win a beautiful button box, which we'll be giving away the week after the Bathurst race. So that's one for all our viewers out there.
Yeah, it's fantastic of SimSpec Engineering to get on board there. And it, like I said, and I'll keep talking up the OSR Bathurst 1000. It was a sensational event. I think they got the 1 Giro to go at Phillippi. And I'll be honest right up front, I don't know the date. Hopefully someone will be able to type that in for us. And fantastic series, it really is. And with that, and with the official racing now going live on iRacing Live, it's such a heavy promotion for the V8 Supercars. Let's not forget the V8 Supercars Americas as well. We've got a car off in front there, and that was Kane Kugamaya. I actually just talked about how was in such good form of late. He hasn't dropped the spot, but he's dropped a bundle of time this lap. His last lap was a 56.664, which is not that far off of his qualifying effort, so certainly pushing very hard, but this lap was a 59.3.
Yeah, that's right. It brought Mario right back up to the rear of him, and it's bringing Mick Cracknell into the picture. I think this is where the race is right now.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, but also just up front there, Corey Preston's, he's probably dropped back a little bit that last lap on Josh Rogers, who seems to be pacing himself very well, trying to untie that tongue in that Ratcore Ford Falcon. It's a great looking little simple livery that, but striking little car. And I said yesterday, these guys did a great job. Certainly in qualifying, did a strong effort, and through the race had their dramas. Still think they got to themselves to the finish line, but yeah, gee, there was some early dramas yesterday and early dramas today. But that's what the sprint racing is about. There's these tight little tracks. Next week, we're back to the open track of Bathurst. Looking forward to that already for 33 laps there as well, I think. It'll be a long, long race next week. But in the meantime, this race here is certainly closing up. Marcelo Rivera certainly hasn't been able to ditch off Josh Rogers at all, and has actually probably made a bit of a loss there, Marcelo Rivera, the last couple of laps. So that might tighten as well.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like Kane's just regathered his thoughts there a little bit. We might go back in the back here. Jason Quire, he's got a fair bit of damage, but he's all over the back here of Josh Burden. Might be a good little battle. Oh, as Jason runs really wide. Car's all beaten up, but he seems to have the pace over Burden right now.
Yeah, I think that accident with Jason was fairly early on with Jonathan Salhani. I'm pretty sure it was. I remember seeing there, but Jason certainly got the pace. Even though it was 57.1, it's still 2/10 of a second quicker than Josh Burden in front of him.
Yeah, he's got a lot of damage. He's got good pace here this week, Jason. Jason, he's only been racing in the top split a little bit lately, but he puts a lot of practice in this guy. He does a lot of laps, so he'd be real angry with himself every time he bins it or puts himself in a bad situation in a race here, because this guy puts hours of practice in it. Just that's something else for the new guys coming to the V8s. Like, don't expect just to jump in a session and be fast. These guys put hours and hours of setup work and practice laps in every week to be able to compete like this. So it's very rewarding. It's a very difficult car. It will bite you, but it's very rewarding.
Yeah, and at times it's a very closed community in regards to sharing setups, but there has been of late I think Daco boys have shared, Sammy Sutton has shared his setup on occasion as well. So if you want to set up, there is little spots here and there you can pick one up. So yeah, get involved, get heavily involved in the V8. I think you'll love it.
I know you'll love it. Look at the racing. This is a tough little track for racing as well. Like, the boys have got spread out here because there's so many places where they're losing rear grip and understeering off the track. Probably one of the toughest little tracks of the season, if you ask me.
And also, there are set teams that, as there is in your Indy cars, F1 teams. There's some great teams out there, some really great teams out there. But here in Australia, we've got a lot of our own teams as well. We've got the TTR team, the TTL team, Daco team, Evolution Racing Australia team, 4 Motorsports team, the GT Omega Just for Fun team, SDC Motorsports. I could probably go on. Synergy Sim Racing team. I've probably forgotten a whole heap. Redback Racing. There's heaps. So good effort here by Josh Bird and Mick Cracknell. Jason Quire.
Yeah, Burden had a wheel on the grass there and had a lot of oversteer, but he did a good job to save it.
Yeah, well, Chase is very quick here, and like you said, he'll be kicking himself for his early lap dramas. He started 7th on the grid, down to 10th, trying to recover now. We're already on lap 17. We're actually halfway through the race already, so Jason's still got that chance to recover. They've certainly dropped off Caleb Jordan behind him. He's old GTI livery, I think that is. But this is certainly where the race is.
Yeah, it's just it's a real shame Jason's got this engine. I think he'd be much quicker, but these guys are still racing for P9 and 10 here, and like you said, we're over halfway through. tyres will just be starting to fall off a little bit with the grippy track. We might even see a few marbles coming into play as this race goes on.
Yeah, we'll get the chance shortly.
I couldn't think of anything worse at this track than getting in the marbles, Brenton. It's hard enough to keep it on the racing line.
Yeah, there was a little bit of criticism yesterday towards the cars being lapped. But yesterday was also the first time. Because of the marbles, you didn't want to throw your own race away. So I think people will get more and more used to this dynamic track. It's a great thing. Hopefully, as time goes on, people get more and more used to it. I'm sure already they are. But Jason's really given this a decent go here behind Josh Burden.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's spin his head really nicely too. Ooh, has a little look. It's in Josh's mirrors. Oh, gives him a little
bit of a
bump.
tap there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here,
Jason
Josh.
did
I'm
the right
here.
thing
I
there.
want to get by.
Yeah, but Jason did the right thing there. He could have kept into that, and he didn't. He decided to get out of it. Up in front as well, Mick Cracknell and Mario Vlasic, they certainly haven't gone anywhere. I thought Kane Kugmeyer would have driven away from this pack, but they haven't. I'm thinking that we might actually get to go on board with, we'll go on board with Jason Quire, STC Motorsports at the start of the next lap. As I said, we've got the JFF car of Josh Burden just in front, sponsored by GT Omega. So on the next lap, it will be their lap 20. We'll jump on board with the great sounds of a V8 Supercar, 635 brake horsepower plus, as they exit the final corner. Jason Quire.
And you get a great perspective there, don't you, Brenton, of how tricky this track is, and all those little crests just unsettling the car. Really tough.
Yeah,
really
just
tough.
so hard to keep the car balanced, isn't it? And just looking at the rear of Josh Burden's car, he's doing a great job holding that thing together, because it looks like it just wants to bite him and chew him up and spit him out at any stage. This is the I've got to admit, I do prefer on this track and with this car certainly the longer format of the track, hoping we go back to that next season. It just adds something. But yeah, just with the gradients here, it's so hard to maintain the throttle at all stages. Just such a fine balance, and that's why, Josh has got it on the gas there early. Leaves himself a bit susceptible here into the last turn. Can defend heavily on the inside here and wait for a good exit here.
Yeah, it's tough. Jason's struggling finding an opportunity to get past him. No doubt it's faster than Josh right now, but Josh is doing nothing wrong with his defensive lines, and just a few little sections where Jason's eating him up in on speed.
Yeah, and to see how they take so much of the track there. This is certainly a great little battle. It's going to keep going and going. Just a matter of whether Josh in front, very experienced racing. There's a lot of endurance racing in. Jason's on the wellies early there. It's just how much endurance racing that Josh Burden does. As I said, a very experienced driver. Actually, I think he's actually been previous race winner of a couple of official series a couple of seasons ago. But with JFF Racing, it's a strong team, no doubt. They always work pretty hard on their setups and gets good results.
Yeah, they do. And there's a few little curbs around this track too that you really want to keep off. That little kink just after you come down Cascades, that right-hander there where the two tracks, the longer version and the Foster's track, join up. If you hit that kink, you can get up on two wheels, and that'll just really unsettle you for the run up over, what's it called, Knickerbrook, and up over Clay Hill there.
You're all over it, Sammy, no doubt. Yes.
Might just move
back
up
in
up the field, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Just having
Ian
a look
Ford,
at Kane now.
Yeah, I'm actually going to have a look at Marcelo Rivera and who's that behind him? Josh Rogers. That gap's just that 1 second, but Josh is starting to make little inroads into that second position. That Maverick Welding Holden Commodore Evolution Racing Commodore looking mighty fine, might I add. But he's got Josh Rogers just closing that gap. Ian Ford, we could talk about him, well in control out in front. What's he got now? He's up to 7.5 seconds. Just going to go back to Josh Burden there, hoping something hasn't happened.
Sounded like it.
It does, because we're missing somebody.
Jason has... he's tagged him. Oh, and then he's had a huge blink out. I don't even know if Jason's here anymore or if we've lost him.
Yeah, Jason's left, unfortunately. There's another good battle back here for 12th and 13th, Anthony Mansorella and Todd Parks as well. That's certainly closed up. So we're going to probably see maybe what happened with Jason and Josh there, but this is another good battle in the meantime. Ooh, Parks has almost made that move there. So Parks certainly looks like he's the faster of the two. Mansorella ultra defensive there. I know Anthony's probably done about all of 4 practice laps this week. Been stuck at bar mitzvahs and everything else. That's everything that's Italian this week. He's been stuck at. Probably even learned how to make a cappuccino and a pizza in the same week. I don't know, but he's been very busy with the family Italian. Yeah, he has been. Everything that's Italian this week has been on for him this week. So
is that all you can think of? A cappuccino and a pizza?
It's a staple diet for some, my friend.
You Australians.
You Norwegians.
A big shout out to the North Queensland Cowboys too, while we're on it.
Yeah, what was, I know it was rugby league, but it was still a pretty good game. And also, I'm not going to say the Mighty Hawks, can't stand them. But yeah, a big weekend of AFL and NRL. And some will be happy that the cricket season started today. Some will be a little bit fussed about
really.
it.
Bathurst next week. Wallabies are playing beautifully in the Rugby World Cup, and Todd Parks is all over the back of Mansorella, so it's all happening.
And England is out of the World Cup, so it's not all bad news everywhere, that's for sure. Yeah,
this is a battle for P12 and 13 here. And
yeah, and Josh Burden's going to get some more airtime, I reckon, as well, because Caleb Jordan 57.4 last lap's another 3/10 gain. So maybe Caleb, now that he's got someone directly in front of him, he's got someone to use as a marker more. And deep under brakes there, probably lost a bit of, geez, that was extremely deep under brakes. But look at the exit speed that he's lost, and whether Mick Hammond now is going to stick his nose in there, hoping he doesn't. But he does mix a lap behind, not sure why he needs to do that. That laser racing, the JFF car, the laser plumbing car, not sure if he needs to do that unless he's going to get past Josh Burden as well, but he's 7 laps behind.
Yeah, he's probably got fresher tyres and thinks he can get past. Yeah, if he's quicker, he makes a nice clean move there. Maybe Caleb can capitalise on him when he catches Burden here.
I do have to give a bit of a shout out to Mario Vlasic. Has kept his nose clean. This is the cleanest I've seen his car. Lap 27. I hope it hasn't jinxed. I hope he does get a good result, because he has struggled. We've all seen he struggles, but credit where credit's due. At the moment, he's just about to finish lap 27. And what times he got? A 57 flat, which is pretty good. He's got Mick Cracknell charging hard behind.
Yeah, well, Ian Ford's got an 8-second lead. Marcelo's just extended the gap there a little bit that lap for P2, and Josh Rogers in P3. Josh doing great here. We might just watch these last few laps and see if Josh can reel Marcelo in.
Yeah, well, he is doing great, no doubt at all, and that gap certainly has gone down. Marcelo obviously did pretty well. The one just finished last year's GT Academy. did a pretty good job there. More needs to be said, but certainly more than capable behind the wheel. And he's also one of the spearheads for the ERA GT3 program coming up for the Blancpain series. So really busy couple of weeks coming up. Just when we thought Bathurst was over and things start to quieten down, they still heat up, and they're going to be going at least for the next 7-8 weeks. It's still going to be very busy time.
Yeah, and hey, Hugo, our fantastic director, I think we should go back in the field. P7, Mick Cracknell. I think this is where the race is here with about 4 to go. 5 to go.
Yeah, I just called that Mario's got a clean car. I'd like to keep it that way. But we don't normally see Mario being attacked. We normally see Mario being the attacker. So interesting to see how Mario handles this situation. We know Mick will do his best to keep the car clean despite the damage to the front. But thank you. Sorry. But despite the damage, Mick's generally more than clean driving. Probably still getting over the disaster of last season, but driving reasonably well at the moment.
Yeah, he's trying to get over the disaster of binning it in P3 with about 5 laps to go in the Bathurst 1000 yesterday. He's real dirty on himself.
Oh, there was some late stories yesterday, but that just it added to the excitement. And it's, I say with 40's screen going black, he was leading. He didn't have to save fuel. Add pressure behind perhaps, but it's the same as a damage to your car or a breakdown in your car. It happens. It's motor racing. Move on, get on with it next week. And Crackers, he'll be dirty himself. 5 laps to go. Had a podium locked away. We know that. Binned it. There goes the podium. Just gave that position to someone else. So that's how it is.
Yeah, a lot of hard work. Big shout out to the guys at V8's Online and V8 Scops. Fantastic weekend of racing there with all the support races and qualifying shootouts. It was really, really great. Horrible times for me, but I got to wake up in the morning, have a coffee and watch the last 20 laps. So good job to them. Big shout out.
Well, the Australian iRacing community, Sam, we had a good get together and we said, how can we make it possible to make Sam's life more miserable and harder? And that was what they came up with. So good luck to them for that. And, no arguments here. It was actually a good time of day to race, to be honest with you. I know they had to try and sneak it all in before the NRL Grand Final and after the AFL Grand Final. So I'm not sure they'll hit that hurdle next week with the next year. So with NRL and AFL Grand Final being a week before, so they were both held up this year because the Soccer World Cup? No, I can't remember. Oh, Cricket World Cup. The Cricket World Cup was on early this year, so that's why those footy seasons were held back. So probably that opening next year for the Scops race, Bathurst 1000, to be on an independent weekend.
Yeah, I haven't had much luck with the Bathurst 1000. The year before, I was teamed up with Sean Cole. I'd put in hours and hours of practice and qualifying, and accidentally went out and had a few too many, mate. Got home and told Sean he had to jump in the car and do the opening stint, and I woke up on the sofa about 6 hours later, so I had to apologise for that one.
Probably going to have to give a bit of airtime to our leader at the moment, Ian Ford. Truly dominant position, and to be honest, probably expected. Like I said, he is very quick around here. Brenton Hobson lets him through after the disasters of that car yesterday on lap 4. Bit of an incident over the top, but Ford very deep under brakes there and has got that job done. So Ian Ford now is about to start his last lap.
Yeah, that's right. So good shout out, good points for 40. Going to help him out in the championship without Ethan here today. He probably missed having someone to race, actually. And it just looks like Cracknell can't put any more pressure on Mario, so Crackers might have to settle for 7th, which he'd probably be happy with after the disastrous opening lap that he had.
Yeah, well, Mario certainly hasn't cracked under pressure, if you don't mind that. Had to slip that in as pathetic.
Boom, boom.
It's probably a dad joke. I think that's the thing all the younger people say these days. Show my true age there.
I don't think we do dad jokes on this broadcast, do we, mate?
No, we do. We really do.
Ian Ford coming across the line, mate.
Yeah, so as he comes into the last turn here, it has been very easy, very controlling. That car doesn't even need a buff. It's very clean. Ian Ford, Demonov Innovations, ERA, the winner of round 3 here at Oulton Park, mate. A very, very dominating performance. Behind him, however, Marcelo Rivera. Fantastic result for the ERA team. A 1-2 for Evolution Racing Australia. Congratulations to Marcelo, and a special congratulations to Josh Rogers. First time on the podium, an outstanding job there. Kept that car absolutely spotless, so he should be truly getting on the podium there. Wayne Kendall had some dramas. Corey Preston kept his nose clean, didn't really get to see much of Corey tonight. There was really no challenges in front and certainly no challenges behind. So good job to Corey. Kane Kugelmeyer has brought it home in 5th position, had some dramas. Mario Vlasic, Mick Cracknell. Chris Coxhead, again, didn't talk much about Chris, even though he had a good day yesterday. Josh Burden, Caleb Jordan, Jack Boyd, after the early dramas of lap 1. Anthony Mansarella well recovered from 19th on the grid to 12th. Todd Parks in 13th. Wayne Kendall had the early dramas again on lap 1, came on the track, got some damage. Mick Hammond 7 laps behind. Brenton Hobson, I think, had first lap dramas. Jason Quire. We saw Andrea Rodriguez didn't catch much off. Jonathan Salhani didn't catch much off, and Marty Carroll, no doubt right now, would be talking to his teammate Mick Cracknell about what the heck happened.
Yeah, well, mate, things happen, especially when you've got a big team and you're surrounded by teammates. But big shout out there to Caleb Jordan, car number 19, second lowest I rating in the field, started 18th, drove it up for a top 10, so really good effort there by Caleb.
Yeah, it is, and he'll tell you how young he is and things like that. He is young, but there's plenty of other young drivers out there as well. So, yeah, really good job by him, and Ian Ford doing some donut work there. But, yeah, really good job and pretty clean race apart from that first lap incident. It looks like there might be a bit of a drama there with Mick Hammond having a chat right now. So, yeah, there's some dramas there.
Yeah, that's right. Ian trying to have a bit of a drift there and binned it. So
yeah,
hashtag
didn't
fail
work too well
40.
for him. Hashtag epic fail 40. Well, what does that boy know about driver control, really? No, really good job there.
Yeah, great race for such a tough little track, and good to see some new names. Good to see over 100 people watching this live. So that's great for the first week here at iRacing Live, and got a few more things to iron out as far as promoting this series goes. But trust us when we say we're all over it, and we're doing our best to make this the V8 official iRacing series one of the best official series in the road racing schedule.
Yeah, we are, and no doubt it's going to keep going onward and onward. Like I said, the V8 Supercars certainly are getting plenty of airtime, and not just through us, obviously, but the V8s Online and also the V8s Americas series. So moving forward, a pretty good result there. Putting my ERA hat on, it was an extremely strong result. Probably, to be fair, predicted for Ian Ford. He was probably the class of the V8 field. Like, there's a lot of guys there who do a lot of other driving in different cars, but yeah, he certainly was going to be was always the favourite there, and after putting it on pole with his teammate next to him, certainly was going to be a fairly easy drive for him, I would have thought.
Yeah, and he'll be happy that his computer didn't have any glitches for this race. That'll give him some confidence moving on. What do you reckon, Brenton? We might get a few of the drivers in and have a bit of a chat.
Yeah, let's make it happen. What we'll do, we'll get Crackers in here first of all. And Mick Cracknell, welcome to round 3 of the iRacing.com V8 Supercar official series. Mate, good job tonight. 7th place in the end, 23.5 seconds off of the race win. Lap 1, turn 1. How's the old fella?
I'm full of apologies for that, but he's okay. So I don't know. He's probably gonna paint me some sort of gay skin for the next week. So yeah, my apologies to both JQ and also Marty. I felt horrible after that.
So you took out both of the teammates?
Yeah, well, JQ and we had slight contact, and JQ got sideways off my car, and that took out Marty, so doubly bad for us.
I'll fill our viewers in on the punishment system we run at STC Motorsports when something like this happens.
Here we go.
The offending driver will be put into a hot pink car for the following 2 weeks of racing, so we look forward to seeing Mick Cracknell in his hot pink V8 next week.
2 weeks of it, is it? Yeah, okay. Anyway, back to the race. yeah, it was just hanging on after that. I was trying to catch Mario and get past him, but he actually drove a really good race, and yeah, I couldn't get to him. So yeah, and well done to the winners, and thank you Race Spot and Hugo, Brent and Sam, everyone involved in the production. It's really good.
Yeah, well, next week, Bathurst, mate, back to the mountain again. You had late dramas yesterday. No doubt you don't want to talk too much about that, but obviously, mate, you go pretty well there. What are you looking forward to next week? 33 laps. It's almost a sprint race now, really.
Well, if it's not 161 laps, which I couldn't quite complete, so 33 laps, I might be a chance of finishing it. But we'll see what the weather is. It could be completely different to what it was yesterday. So, yeah, it's going to be a totally different ball game. I think people that didn't have pace there yesterday might have, and then there's probably others that do have pace. They might fall back a little bit. So, who knows?
Well, mate, yeah, pink car. No doubt we'll
Look
see
forward
plenty
to
of that next week. And yeah, there's actually potential for that pink car to be shown quite a bit with you behind the wheel, mate. So already looking forward to that next week.
Oh yeah, that sounds great. I'm so looking forward to it. But I'll tell
I've
you
been
one
there,
thing:
mate.
I'm not the one. I'm not the one painting it. So, hey,
I've already
We'll wait and see.
sent the PM out, mate. It's already
I
in
was-
production.
I was going to say, probably the paint's probably not quite dry yet, mate, but it wouldn't be too far.
just saw the car rolling into the booth now.
Enjoy it. Get comfortable with it. It's all yours. Good luck to you. That's Mick
No, thanks,
Cracknell
guys.
there. Mick Cracknell, cheers. 7th place tonight. Certainly recovering. We've got Josh Burden with us now. Certainly had his hands full tonight with Jason Quire behind him in the GT Omega JFF car. Josh, welcome to Round 3 Broadcast, iRacing.com official V8 Supercar series. It's a mouthful. Mate, tell us a bit about your race.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. At the start, there was a bit going on there with the SDC cars coming together. Wouldn't like to be in that team debrief, but yeah, we didn't quite have the pace what we needed this week, but it wasn't too bad. I had a good battle there with Jason, I think it was, like you said, and I think he got DQ'd on too many incidents because his car was pretty beaten up. So I was unlucky for him, but had a good race.
And mate, yeah, you did have a good result in the end, and after a fairly decent Bathurst race yesterday, if I remember. So, mate, it's all happening for you, and Bathurst next week as well. What's your plans there?
Yeah, I'll jump in for another race, see how we go. I was pretty competitive last season, so hopefully we can continue that form forward and see how we go.
And so 11th on the grid today, 56.7 compared to your 9th place finish. So I moved up a couple of positions. With Bathurst just finishing yesterday, how much time have you had to put into this short little Oulton track park tonight?
I've done a few laps on Tuesday and Wednesday night, so that was I had a few laps, but just tonight trying to refine the setup a bit more. Wasn't quite right. The tyres went off a bit too much, but yeah, for limited laps, it was pretty good result.
Well, mate, good job tonight, mate. Is there anyone we give a shout out to at all?
Yeah, absolutely. GT Omega and all the guys at JFF, and you guys for doing the broadcast. Cheers.
Good on you, Josh. Josh Burden's 9th place tonight. Good fighting drive for the car number 2. Did an awesome job. I think we got Caleb Jordan for the first time in the commentary booth. Looking forward to having a chat with young Caleb. Caleb, welcome to round 3 action here at Oulton Park, Foster's track. Mate, few little dramas there, it looked like, with Mick Hammond at the end. Taking that aside, mate, how was your race?
Yeah, it was a pretty good race overall. You know, had a bit of dramas in the first lap, but after that, calmed down. You know, it turned out to be a good race, and yeah, I was catching Jason and Josh and just trying to work on them, and then I get to them, and then I have Michael pass me and just stop me from having an attempt at Josh.
Yeah, unfortunately, no doubt you and and Mick have got things to talk about, hopefully private, away from bloody Facebook and the way everybody else is going at the moment. So hopefully that'll be privately to yourselves, and hopefully it'll get sorted out. But mate, haven't been in the official series for a while, we think, so welcome back to that. Started 18th on the grid, still finished top 10 position, mate. You should be happy with that.
Yeah, I'm very happy for it. It's good to come back, and especially in the top split. I was quite surprised myself of getting top 10. Quite happy and chuffed with myself.
Really good, mate. And Bathurst next week, no doubt, after the endurance race yesterday. The car's probably already set up, so hopefully it'll be a nice, easy week for you practice-wise. What are you looking forward to there?
Looking forward to having some fun, and a big shout out to GTI for their sponsorship for Multi 21. Big help.
Yep, and exactly right. It's always good to have sponsors on board. GTI sponsors Multi 21 for a number of seasons now, so always good to have that little bit of extra help for the teams, and it's appreciated not just for Multi 21, but every other team has their sponsors as well. So if there's any potential sponsors out there, like a lot of new viewers today, look, don't hesitate in giving teams a call. I'd love to say get in touch with ERA and take that, but do your homework. If you are interested in getting on board, there are lots of teams out there who would be really interested in grabbing sponsorship. So Caleb, good job tonight, mate. Yeah, a few dramas, get that sorted, no doubt. You and Mick will. But 10th place, mate, congratulations.
Thank you, Brenton. Cheers for broadcasting again.
Cheers, Caleb. Jordan there, coming home in 10th place. A few issues here. We've got second place man here, Marcelo Rivera. Marcelo, great job tonight. Second on the grid, second in the race. Very controlled race by yourself. A bit of pressure from Josh Rogers at the end, but looked pretty good there in the Maverick welding car.
Hey Brenton, hey guys. Yeah, it's good to be back, and another personal best for me, second in the main race, so always looking for improvements. But I must say it wasn't always a smooth ride there for me. I got pretty loose in a few moments there, I must say.
No one's going to call you fairly loose on public channel there, mate. We could talk about that privately later on if you want. There's a new team generated for that, mate. Like I said, second on the grid, mate. You haven't been done much iRacing of late, been away, I've noticed. So still a fantastic result, mate. Like you said, a personal best in second place, mate. Are we going to get to see you this week at the Blomplane GT3 Endurance Series at Road Atlanta in the McLaren?
Cheers, Brenton. Yeah, no, I definitely will be racing in this weekend's Blancpain GT series. Hopefully we can get a good result for the boys after a unfortunate, disappointing result in the Bathurst 1000 for Ian and Ben Smith, but hopefully we can pick it back up for the team and get some good results back on the board, eh?
And I have to ask, mate, how's the ankle? Is it out of the moon boot? Because I knew you had carrying an injury over the last couple of weeks. How's the ankle?
Yeah, it's out of the moon boot for now, but that's only because I have to go back to work tomorrow. But it's definitely strapped. It's not affecting me too much, though.
I guess the only time where you need a moon boot for work is if you're an astronaut. So, mate, good job tonight. That was a dad joke. Sorry, Sammy. Good job tonight, Marcelo. Mate, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to at all?
Yeah, thanks to you guys for putting up the race again. Thanks to Maverick and Demidov, our main sponsors, and just thanks to ERA and the boys for continuing their hard work, and eventually our results will come, boys. Head up.
Well, this is the defending Star Mazda Australian champion, so the results are already here for this man. Marcelo Rivera, thanks very much, mate. Good luck next week at Bathurst. No doubt the team will continue on its strong performance. What we're going to do now is have our race winner here, Ian Ford, pole man and race winner. Actually won this race last season as well, so it's no fluke. He come up trumps again today. Ian, congratulations. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thanks, boys. It's awesome to be back here. Bit of a shame that I didn't put on more of a show. I just sort of drove off and tried to bank all the points I could while Ethan's not available to race. But, it was a great race out the front there.
we weren't watching you anyway, mate.
Yeah, gotta say, you didn't get a lot of airtime, but that's the penalty you pay for driving around. But, mate, a good, strong result, and after the disappointment of yesterday at Bathurst, 14 laps to go, screen went blank. Why didn't that happen tonight, and why did it happen yesterday?
Oh, I wouldn't have a clue why it happened yesterday. It's happened a few times in the past, and there's no real rhyme or reason to it. There's no background programs or anything, so just one of those things. That I'll just place it down to like a mechanical failure. It's just heart wrenching. We had enough fuel and everything to go to the end, but it's great to be back with these boys racing in this series. They may not be the premier guys, but they it was
One particularly a little bit longer than others.
yeah, a hell of a lot of good races in here, like Richard Arwood, Marty Carroll, all those sort of guys. They've been around to be a pensioner, but we'll leave that out of it. But no, it's good to be back. It's good to be back doing Monday night races once again, and now the Premier Series is starting to wrap up. It's going to be full focus back to this series until Phillip Island comes up, and just hopefully we get all the luck we need.
Yeah, and back to the official iRacing series, mate. Yeah, Ethan wasn't here out this race tonight, but talking about this series, like you've got the young guys like Josh Rogers and Kane Kugelmeyer and Chris Coxhead, Caleb Jordan tonight, Jack Boyd. These are the guys who you did win this corresponding race last season, so certainly not a fluke that you're going to take out this race tonight. But talking about this series, like you've got the young guys like Josh Rogers and Kane Kugelmeyer and Chris Coxhead, Caleb Jordan tonight, Jack Boyd. These are the guys who are racing every week, who want to are still hungry and aren't burnt out, as some say, that want to keep racing every week. So that's what this series is all about.
Yeah, that's definitely what it's all about. Everyone has that hunger to come up and try and perform at their peak and everything. And in this series, there's definitely a lot of guys you can race door to door with. Like, it's absolutely fair racing. Most of the guys will try and leave your car with. Some won't. Some obviously need a bit of driver training, but most of the time it's clean racing. And these young guys that are coming up, like me and Ethan, are nothing. We don't think we're nothing special, so we just do what we can, try and put on a show as much as we can. It's a bit of a shame most weeks that my tyres and my mind fails me a bit throughout the race, but we try and do the best we can to put on a show for the fans and everyone in the community, because without the Monday nights and everything, the community would probably just fail a little bit, because there'd only be like Premier Series every now and then, Saturday races every now and then. So it's awesome to see everyone rocking up on Monday nights, and hopefully everyone got a bit of time on the broadcast.
Yeah, they did, and with iRacing Live now on board for the first time this week, and that's going to keep getting stronger and stronger. I believe we go to Twitch as of next week as well, so continue to expand there. Bathurst next week, we know how good you can go there. 33 laps, it's going to be a long race. Pit stop going to be needed. Not sure if it's fuel restricted. I don't think it is. What are you looking forward to there?
Oh, it's just Bathurst. It'd be good to be back there once again. First couple of laps. Yeah, first couple of laps around the place is going to be pretty emotional after the failure yesterday, but it's going to be all heads down trying to get that. Aiming to do a couple of laps in the GT3 next week as well to try and get our team up in the Blancpain Enduro Series, which is currently one of the main deals on iRacing. So hopefully we do well there. But as a team, Demidov, Maverick, we certainly got a 1-2 tonight and showed how good we can be. So hopefully when Ethan's back, when I'm back and Ethan's back, hopefully we put on a hell of a show and put a show on for the fans and make everyone happy.
And I know you wouldn't even know this, but more exciting times come up for Evolution Racing Australia. There's going to be an announcement probably in the next 2-3 weeks. We're in negotiations with some people at the moment, so really looking forward to that. Ian, mate, great job tonight. Heartache yesterday, but geez, you fought back well today. Really professional, super proud. Mate, pole position, good win, and look forward to seeing you again next week at Bathurst.
Thank you, boys. Thanks for doing the broadcast as always.
Ian Ford there, winner of round 3. I'll kick him out of this room this week. Last week he just jumped in and had a chat. Round 3 winner here at Oulton Park Foster's Track. Sammy, I reckon that's about it for us.
Yeah, I'd wrap it up, mate, for the day, and fantastic race. Great job by 40, and once again, we're off to Bathurst next week, mate, so should be really good. Thanks to all the people coming to watch live. We had about 105 viewers there at one point, so that's a really good way to start. So big shout out to Hugo Louise, our director, and back to you, Brenton. See you guys next week.
Also, before you go, don't forget and Sammy fill in the details at the track next week on Bathurst. If you could just go through quickly in regards to winning that prize.
Yeah, well, that's right. We'll be giving away the button box from SimSpec Engineering. Very generous donation there for the viewers. Tune in. We're going to give you a bonus code. You're going to go to the Facebook SimSpec Engineering Facebook page, and you're going to share and comment the code word, and we will give away the prize to a viewer the week after Bathurst. So make sure you tune in for next week's Bathurst race.
Yep, so looking forward to that, and thanks to Jason Dixon and SimSpec Engineering. Hugo, if you're with us, start playing some music because we're out of here. That was a round
Party
3
time.
action. Yeah, round 3 action. Oulton Park, the official iRacing V8 Supercar Championship. Great to have iRacing.com on board. Great to have iRacing live on board. I'm Brett O'Brien. That's Sam Compton. Thanks to Hugo Lewis. We look forward to seeing you next week, round 4 at Mount Panorama.